and today I'll be doing a cheer hair and makeup tutorial. This is a two-part series, so make sure you go ahead and check out both of them. Let's get started. So now we are going to go ahead and start the cheer hair.
Okay, so we already have it up in a ponytail. We make sure it's really far forward on the head. You only want to do it maybe 4 fingers back. That right there alone is what's gonna give you a lot of your height. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with a very small section on the very bottom, and I'm gonna take this section, pull it out, and put this hair forward. So I have this small section of hair. Every section I do is going to be small like this, okay? I'm going to start by getting the hair a little bit dirty with some hairspray so that it will have some like texture to it. I'm using Got to Be Glued hairspray because on these first base layers I want something that's going to have like a ton of hold. It's kind of super sticky and is not going to move. I want this tease to go in and stay put. So I spray a little bit like this, and then I'm going to go in with my teasing comb. This teasing comb is awesome. It's Tease with Ease. You can get it on Amazon, and it will tease super fast. So I'm going to hold this piece up, and I'm going to start from here, which you can kind of see, and I'm going to tease all the way down. I feel like maybe get a little bit lower by chances of possible.
A lower?
Yeah, I'm going to try and change the camera angle so you can see how I'm starting from the top and like getting all the way down to the bottom. Let me see if I can help you out. Okay. So there you go. You can kind of see the top piece of the hair. You can lean down. It's fine. So I'm going to tease, and you're going to end up with some hot mess down here, but it's okay. All your layers underneath are going to be a hot mess. Like, you don't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be smooth or anything. I don't even start smoothing until I get to my last couple layers. Now what I do is I kind of fan it out a little bit and put it towards that way, like that. And I'm going to spray it with this really hard hairspray. And I'm going to kind of pat it, wait for it to dry a couple seconds, and then I'm going to flip it over. So once I flip it over, it's going to be pretty stuck in that position that it's in. I'm going to fan it out some more like this. Turn this way. So you can see I'm fanning it out and kind of spreading it out, but I don't brush it out at all. I'm just going to keep going at that pace like that. So I put that one. I'm going to spray it again. I spray it one way on the other side, one way on the other side. So now I'm going to grab another piece of hair, and again, it's going to be very small. If you do big chunks of hair, you're going to get a lot of tease and you may get it high, but as soon as they start to flip or anything, it's going to all fall right down. So the key here is small pieces. So again, I'm going to spray a little bit for when I tease, and I'm going to grab this brush here and I'm going to brush down like this. So you can see how quickly this brush teases without having to use any kind of teasing powder or anything like that. Coating the hair with some dry shampoo, that might help too to get some really good tease. Teasing powder is nice, but I've found with this brush and just hairspray, I can get a good tease and kind of eliminate the teasing powder in most cases. But if your daughter has very silky hair, very thick hair, teasing powder is going to be your best friend because they're going to need it. So again, we're going to do this. We're going to spread it out. Turn this way so you can see I spread it. I'm going to spray it in that direction. I'm going to kind of pat it a little bit, basically because these pretty heavy hairsprays tend to droplet if you just leave them there, so that's why I kind of pat a little bit. And then I'm going to flip over and spread out again like that. And I'm going to spray again. So like I said, I don't do anything up here. I don't smooth, I don't anything. I'm going to spray here because I want it to be really hard and I want all of this tease to stay put. And I'm going to keep going at this pace. So again, small amounts of hair. So I grab my piece of hair and I get a little portion of it. And I do the next piece. Now Jalen has a lot of hair, so it's going to be several layers of just this. So we're going to tease. We'll start from here. And tease, tease, tease. You see how quickly this teasing brush works. Her hair is super clean right now. It's not even dirty. Normally her hair teases pretty well when it's dirty. I tell people that too. If you have very silky hair, don't wash your hair the night before and then think you're going to tease it the next day, because it's not going to hold the tease. Clean hair doesn't hold at all. So there, I'm going to spray it like this again. I'm going to spread it out like I've showed you before. Spreading it out, kind of fanning it out so that I can get that you know, that effect when I come back over. So I come back over and then I'm going to spray it again. And still, like, if you see it like up close, I don't know if you want to go up close to the camera, Jalen. You can kind of see there's nothing pretty about this. It's just a big hot mess.
Big hot mess.
So you can't, the biggest thing you're going to notice is that if you're trying to brush it over every time you finish a layer, then it's just going to fall, fall, fall. So I just keep on going at that pace. So
3 to go. We have 3 more layers. So that's when I'm also going to switch hairspray, but you can see it from the side profile, like how big it looks from the side and how it looks from the top. So these last 3 layers I'm going to do towards you. We're going to start using a different hairspray as well. The other hairspray, it gets, you know, if you want to brush through it or anything like that, it gets kind of funky. It will flake and stuff. It's great for underneath and base work, but it's not the best for that soft finish you want at the end. So at this point, I'm going to switch over to, this is Visible Changes signature hairspray that you can get at any Visible Changes. I even believe they have it online. We'll put a link in the bottom. But this is a great finishing spray. It's a good, like, salon quality, but not overly expensive. I'm also going to switch over brushes at this point because this is a more smoothing style brush. This is the Conair teasing brush. You can find it on Amazon or in most CVS's or Walgreens. So at this point, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tease, tease, tease. And when I get a good tease going, then I'm going to separate it into that same fan that I've been doing the whole time. I'm going to spray it on the back side. And then at this point, this is when I kind of start smoothing a little bit. So I smooth just a little bit, but not too much. And then I fan it over this way. So I start separating and separating these pieces, brushing it back. And I kind of do a light, very light brush. I'm barely putting any pressure just to smooth it over. I'll even move her bow a little bit out of the way so I can make sure it keeps coming down on the side here so that you don't end up with the big, like, funky, you know, wing-looking tease. So let's see. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to do an overall spray over this part. And I start spraying a ton. This one is a very workable hairspray, so you can spray a ton, and I kind of like smooth it out, pat it down with my hands.
I just have the chills.
And go on to my next layer. So my next layer is here. I'm still splitting it up. This is where I said it gets, you know, you still want to keep doing these small increments of teasing, okay? So I'm going to grab my Conair smoothing teasing brush, and I'm going to fan it a little bit and tease as I fan it. I kind of separate it with my fingers, so if you see I do like this to keep it kind of separated so that I can get that fanned tease. So when it's a good tease like this, I'm going to spray it underneath like I've been doing. Give it a second to set a little bit, and then I'm going to fan out like this.
Fan, fan.
And I'm going to fan, fan, fan like this.
Ooh.
I'm going to tuck it under her bow. And then I'm going to go in with that smoothing brush and just kind of brush it and tease, smooth it over like this, okay? Let's see.
And we're not trying to go like overly huge on the hair today for this tutorial.
Yeah, I could have, it could have gotten pretty big if I would have, if I would have kept teasing and keeping it really, really big as I do it, but, at our gym, they're really trying to tone down on the big, kind of crazy hair. So they want it to be just enough where you see it behind the ponytail, but it's not like overflowing your bow, which we're also known for doing.
Yep. I don't know if y'all
so-
saw, but like last year, I think it was like Spirit Celebration or something like that. It was one of those comps towards like Christmas, and my hair was huge. I think it was our first comp, actually.
Yeah, that was an NCAA class.
NCAA Classic, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And my hair was huge.
So yeah, we're trying to avoid being over the bow huge.
Yeah, see, so this
So-
is like a good size, right?
Yeah. This is a good, pretty size, and when you see it from the side, it looks even bigger, but, and she's a flyer, so if it gets too big, then she can't function in the flips and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
It's gonna be too hard.
yeah. So we're gonna do this, and before this last one, before I hairspray it, I'm really gonna smooth out before I spray it. I want this last layer to be really, really smooth. This is the one that makes it all look like it's, you know, pretty. So I do this, and I'm gonna spray a little bit on this side. And then I'm going to kind of fan out like this.
I wanna make sure it's smooth.
Yeah, to make sure that it goes smoothly. And then over here where her bow is, I'm going to kind of pull it outside of the bow. And then I'm going to brush over just lightly.
And then you just kind of want to make sure it looks all pretty.
Yeah, this is the part where you actually start worrying about cosmetically that it looks good. Because all the other layers before this, it really didn't matter how pretty it was until you get to this one. So there you go. She's smoothed out. I'm going to go over it really good with some hairspray. A ton of hairspray. I mean, like, when I mean a ton, I mean, like, I'm going to spray for, like, hours and make sure that it doesn't move at all. And I kind of smooth it over with my hand and kind of pat it. Smooth and pat. Now, this is the same technique I use when I'm teasing my pinup ponies. Pinup ponies, if you don't know, are a great option if you don't have the skill to get something like this done. Not all moms can tease, and not all kids love to have to brush it out. So Pinups Ponies with a Tease is a great option. They do a sew-in pony that looks just like this. Takes about 5 minutes to put in, and there's no pain and no fuss.
Yeah, it's like so easy to get out. You don't have to worry about brushing it all out.
Don't let her start. She'll go on forever because she hates this process, and we had to bribe her just to do it again for this video.
Yep.
So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, just comment below. And she is going to turn that way so you can see all angles and turn back the other way.
Let's do back view.
Back view? Oh yeah, she's in a spinny chair. So there you go. Ah, ooh.
Ah.
Okay, so there you go. There's her finished look, and we'll post some pictures so you can see what it looked like.